today is the start of several days of planting that are going to happen this year, and we're very, very thrilled. They introduced a program called Living Memorials, and this was to be in terms of planting vegetation over the next 4 years in celebration of the Anzac centenary. Given that the centenary and the whole program is about going from Gallipoli right through to Afghanistan, the city of Palmerston's got a lot of young families, defence families. And so when there was an opportunity to put in an expression of interest by the council to see if we could be considered for a connection with this program, we were absolutely delighted to hear that one of the corporates, which is Telstra, said, look, we'd like to be a part of this, and indeed some other corporates have done the same. So they said, look, we'll back some programs in every state and territory. And out of the programs that they'd received and heard about in the territory, they chose the city of Palmerston as the project that they would work with. Welcome, Nick. This is terrific that you could come in today. I must say that the City of Palmerston was absolutely delighted with this expression of interest for the Living Memorials, the Anzac program of tree planting. And we were delighted also that Telstra came on board nationally as a corporate. So I was just wondering, from your point of view, what did it mean for Telstra here to be connected in the one site with the City of Palmerston? And I'm also interested, were some of the volunteers on the day from the City of Palmerston as well as from the City of Darwin?
Yeah, so thank you. It was great to be involved, and it's great to be involved in such a national event, but two, also making it very local. So we're very proud to be part of the Northern Territory community, and we do get involved with local sponsorships and local community events through sporting groups and councils. And the volunteering program is just one of those things that we like to do. The group came specifically from the Darwin office, from my team, the business team and the government team, but a couple of them do live in the Palmerston area, so that was the tie in there, and we certainly have an opportunity to do some more of that as we go ahead.
Now, given it's the dry season when we're starting the filming for this, we're actually having a short day's planting today, and we're doing understory plantings, because it's very important that people get a good experience with planting. It's also very important that we do it appropriately. The other states, and particularly the eastern and southern states, they're actually in the winter now, so all their plantings will be happening over the next few months, even the next few weeks. But we're doing one planting, this understory planting, before the 30th of June, which was part of the program to get involved. And then we've had permission, and Telstra very agreeable to work with us and do some more planting with their staff later in the year. From Telstra's point of view, they're very pleased, as many corporates are keen now to get staff volunteering at some stage during their year each year. So Conservation Volunteers Australia, they also put in a submission to be the providers of rolling out the program across the nation on behalf of the Living Memorials. So today we've got a combination happening. We've got Conservation Volunteers Australia, the Northern Territory section, who've worked with Council to set the day up. They're here, they're in charge of showing people how to do the planting. And Council's here, and we're delighted that the Mayor and the Deputy Mayor have been here. And the Deputy Mayor is actually a member of a local land care group, so she's going to also do hands-on, as I am too.
I'm here at Sanctuary Lakes this morning for the Anzac Living Memorial Tree Planting Program. It's a really beautiful morning actually this morning. Breeze is blowing, sky's blue, the ducks are quacking, and there's lots of water lilies over here in the lakes. And it's really great to have this team from Telstra here volunteering, along with Conservation Volunteering Australia and City of Palmerston, to be planting trees in memorial for Anzac. So it's a great morning.
So working with the City of Palmerston today, Conservation Volunteers has got the Telstra team out, and we've got a small team of 8 volunteers, and they're helping us to revegetate some of the garden beds that they've got around Sanctuary Lakes here. So we're planting native species back into the area, so the understory species, just to fill in some of the garden beds that are looking a bit bare at the moment. This is all part of a living memorial program, so as part of the Anzac 100-year centenary program that Conservation Volunteers is running across Australia. So we've just got a small number today, upwards of 140 plants, just to infill, as I said. So we're not doing a mass planting, it's more just infilling the areas. Being a volunteer organisation, we always really appreciate the hard work that the volunteers put in for us. So obviously they're volunteering their time, and we really do appreciate all the efforts that they come along and give their time to help out on these projects, because without them we wouldn't have this program running.
I was just wondering, with the staff that attended on that first day, just what feedback, how did they enjoy it, and also are some of them going to be in the plantings later in the year, or are they all new people?
No, absolutely. So because, as you mentioned before, we started a new financial year, so therefore a whole new team have come on board and a whole new opportunity to volunteer, to spend some volunteer time out in the community. We've had more interest now since we've gone back with some fabulous comments that came back from the team that did that day. We've actually got more, and we're going to have a lot more people involved in that, in the next event you hold, and the next event and the event after that as well. So we've certainly got a pretty strong team up here in the Territory that are committed as a one-team Telstra, and we absolutely want to be involved in more things that you do.
It's a real opportunity also for us to showcase Palmerston. Several of the people who are here today from Telstra, for instance, only 2 of the 8 are actually from suburbs within Palmerston. The others are from Darwin, and it does happen that a lot of people actually don't know Palmerston other than maybe coming down to a specific shop, or they pass by Palmerston on the highway, or they visit a single house, maybe coming in to visit some friends. And it's even this morning, in the short getting out of the vehicles moment, it was just amazing and very, very pleasing to hear the people who are here today saying, wow, this is really nice. We didn't know that you had these sort of areas. And of course, Sanctuary Lakes is just a delightful area. The lakes are free of weeds at this time of the year. The lilies are out. The bird life is tremendous. We've got the Rajah's shellback duck and this little ducklings here today. But going back to what more we want to do with this, I think it's important to remember that Council has got a sustainability strategy, which is a 5-year strategy. It was endorsed by Council at the end of 2013, and there are 10 objectives, and it starts with governance, and it goes right through to climate change, it goes through to environment. And for instance, on the objective number 4 with the local environment, manage Council's open space for long-term by increasing the connectivity of biodiversity and habitat corridors. So that's what part of today is about. Continue to implement actions with Council's current open spaces. Continue to liaise with governments and non-government organisations with the management of areas of significance. This is an area of significance. It doesn't necessarily need to mean that it's just a heritage area from ancient. City of Palmerston's roaring ahead with its development. It's going to be the largest regional centre in the Northern Territory. It's a winner of the Sustainable Cities Awards last year with Keep Australia Beautiful, and represented the Northern Territory nationally. So collectively today is Council building, seeing opportunities, talking to business, talking to corporates, talking to other environmental organisations, and it's been pulled together. And so today will be just a delight of planting, talking, learning, and making new friendships. And we'll continue the story of the planting later in the wet season.
We've got a range of plants here from Greening Australia, and Hannah from Conservation Volunteering Australia is sort of leading the planting bee this morning with the Telstra volunteers. The plants are predominantly natives, local to the Palmerston area, acacias and various gum trees, and some flowering trees as well.
So I was just wondering, are there any other comments that you'd like to make, or are any tips that you might have for us for the next plantings?
I think one of the things we could have done was actually got more of the field service guys involved. So we specifically used the team out of my office in the city. But after now consultation with the rest of the team, we're definitely going to get some more of the stores involved, some of the licensee community involved. So they're the ones that run the stores, such as Palmerston and Darwin. And absolutely we're going to get the field service guys who spend a lot of time out on the road and digging and doing that sort of stuff. So they've certainly got the equipment to help out as well. So we're definitely going to get a bigger team involved again next time as well.
Well, I think that's terrific. And actually, maybe that's another thing, that maybe if we get a sense of what parts of Telstra that the next group are coming from. It was through chat on the morning that we sort of heard who was from what part of Telstra, because we sort of went round the group and we told where we were from in our work. But that would be just terrific. And also to say that we'll be choosing different locations around the city of Palmerston, and all this goes forward for years ahead, and we'd like to say that at any time in the future, Telstra employees and their families and those that were involved, and even those that weren't involved but know about it, are very welcome to come down, and towards the end we'll actually provide you with a map of the different locations for your staff.
Yep. That'll be wonderful. And as I said, just send us invitations when you do something and you want some more volunteer help. We're absolutely happy to be involved.
Thank you, Nick. That's terrific.
Nice.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank the volunteers from Telstra for coming along for this event. They're very keen to be out and about, a bit different probably to their office jobs on a normal day. Luckily it's a beautiful, cool morning for them. So very much thanking Telstra and Conservation Volunteering Australia, and also Greening Australia for the plants, and also from our council perspective, our climate change and environment strategic planner Pam Robinson. So thank you.
So a very big thank you to Telstra, conservation volunteers, and indeed City of Palmerston, because it now, through this project and in the filming of this event, it'll be available as an excellent example of what can be done when a little bit of support and some innovative ideas come along that we can participate in.